They're literally on their way to death. They're on their way to death.
They have no idea.
They're on their way to die. They don't even know that death is coming to them.
And it's written.
They're literally on their own. They're going to death.
So there's an update in the car crash that left Anthony Joshua, the boxer, and his driver injured, and unfortunately claimed the lives of his two friends. The local authorities have announced that the driver is facing several charges, all related to reckless driving, and one charge that includes driving without a valid license.
And they ran into that vehicle, which was definitely because of the overspeeding. I didn't been doing no overspeeding, probably that wouldn't have been that fatal.
After weeks of secrecy, the Nigerian government is finally spilling the tea on what really went down with Anthony Joshua and his crew. And honestly, it's way darker than anyone expected. Rumors that this crash was a targeted hit? Yeah, they might actually be true. And there's evidence to back it up. Here's the kicker. Anthony swapped from the front to the back seat just minutes before the crash. That move literally saved his life. Let's break it down. The accident happened on December 29, 2025, on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Anthony and his friends were in a Lexus SUV when it slammed into a stationary truck on the side of the road. Anthony got minor injuries and was rescued by locals, but his friends, Sinagami and Latif Idel, not so lucky. At first, everyone thought it was just a tragic accident, but the investigation revealed a ton of suspicious details. First off, the driver, Coyote, was shady from the start. After the crash, he was hit with multiple charges: causing death by dangerous driving, reckless and negligent driving, driving without due care, and operating without a valid license. He got bail, but stayed in custody. People were instantly suspicious, and this only fueled the theory that something sinister was going on. Then came a wild twist. Anthony's driver's lawyer revealed that Anthony swapped seats with Latif just before impact. Yep, the same Latif whose head didn't make it. That swap, literally what kept Anthony alive. The front of the car was obliterated, the back barely touched. Even the driver miraculously survived. The lawyer said, quote, "My client has pleaded not guilty. He says it was an accident. The brakes didn't work. Anthony initially got into the front seat, but the driver asked him to move because he couldn't see the wing mirror properly. So Anthony moved behind and Latif sat up front." End quote. And did you catch that about the brakes? People are saying this might not have been an accident. Apparently, Anthony pissed off some major players when he went off script during his fight with Jake Paul. Some even dragged up Kobe Bryant, claiming his helicopter crash might have been tampered with too. Why? Months before, Kobe had won a lawsuit against a massive pharmaceutical company, and powerful people don't forget that kind of thing.
Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life. That was deliberately done. But when things like that are deliberately done, there have to be other people involved, other casualties involved to make it look like an accident. That wasn't no damn accident. Now, I personally don't feel like Jake Paul had anything to do with it because I feel like this whole thing is bigger than him. It's higher than him. You know what I'm saying? But of course, that's always a possibility. He could have something to do with it. That's possible. But I personally feel like it was the elites, specifically the elites that bet on that boxing match, because Anthony Joshua was also not supposed to win that boxing match. Jake Paul was. Anthony Joshua is doing a lot of things that Anthony Joshua should not be doing. So there are attacks on his life right now because he is going against the grain. Anthony Joshua is not falling in line and listening the way he is supposed to. So they are trying to kill him. They being, y'all know. Another thing, I recently ended up on CIA Talk, don't know how, but I've been watching interviews of members of the CIA telling us the things that they can tell us, right? One of the interviews that I watched, this man, I kid y'all not, this man says that the CIA has the capability of hacking your car. They have the technology to hack your car and make you drive into a tree, make you drive off the road, make you drive into the ocean, make you drive into another car, make you unalive yourself. Sit with that.
Now, while we're talking about Kobe Bryant, let's spill more tea. Rumors are swirling that he and Anthony were allegedly tied to the same secretive Hollywood cult. Yes, the same one making headlines since the crash. It all started after a podcast with Bishop Larry Gators went viral. He dropped some serious claims about a Hollywood cult called Black Boule, allegedly packed with athletes, celebrities, and even politicians. Names? LeBron James, who supposedly replaced Kobe, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Obama, and even MLK. The internet went wild, and that's just scratching the surface.
Boule Secret Society is a Black Skulls and Bones organization. Why was Kobe Bryant a target? Kobe Bryant, Luciferian Project, completed what I believe one of the greatest global cover-ups in history. But we have to see this for what it is concerning the assassination of Kobe Bryant, and one name keeps popping up. And it sounds like a Hollywood conspiracy movie, but the Boules are vicious. Now you got this counterfeit like LeBron James, who has that Boule logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boule tattooed on his chest.
What's the tattoo?
Yeah, the Boule tattoo.
But hold up, it gets crazier. Some fans started connecting Anthony to another secretive group, the Freemasons. You know, the one obsessed with the number 33. And wouldn't you know it, Anthony's fight with Jake Paul was full of 33s. 33 million viewers on Netflix, $33 million taxed, his 33rd professional fight. Coincidence? Some think not. Then there's the driver's family, especially his 19-year-old son, hinting the police may be covering up the real cause. He said his dad had been Anthony's personal driver for 3 years. He's careful, follows speed limits, and if this was really about overspeeding, Anthony wouldn't have trusted him for so long. He said the brakes failed. He tried to swerve, but hit the truck. So yeah, something shady was definitely at play. Anthony survived, but his friends didn't, and that guilt, it's likely going to haunt him forever. Some speculate the crash was payback for Anthony going off script in the fight, embarrassing Jake Paul, or messing with bets placed against him. Hunger Games vibes, anyone? So now I want to know from you, do you think Anthony's crash was just an accident or a planned hit? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to click here for another messy, explosive video.